Hey, what's going on? What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Wise One Awaken podcast, where we speak the truth. We talk about what's going on, what's affecting us in the world today, and this is what we talked about in my channel, man. So let's get straight into it. Let's rock it out. Let's talk about it, man. What I want to talk to you guys today about is there are no sides, right? Because a lot of people going on right now with the debate that just happened between Trump and Biden. Everybody's going up a roar. Oh, I'm a Democrat forever. Biden, or I'm a Trumper, like forever Trump. People have to understand there are no sides, right? You have to focus on certain things. No matter who's in office, you got to stick to whatever plan that you come up with. And this is why we're talking about being awakened and being wise, right? Doing our own research and studying and learning about history, because history do repeat itself. So, guys, so you have to know where you at in the world, and so no matter who's in power, you have to be ready, right? You have to be prepared. You have to be prepared. So that's what I mean by there are no sides, right? Because as soon as you pick your side, you're saying that you're showing a weakness. So it's always best to be independent and then just see what both sides are doing. So don't pick a side, just see what both sides are doing. Because see, bankers and a lot of different entities, they play both sides of the field, right? So you have in these wars, like you have these gun makers or bankers, they'll finance both sides of the war. If you're a student of history, you will learn that these are some of the things that they'll do, right? Because they don't care. They don't care about which side win. They just care about their bottom line. They say, hey, whether this side lose or this side win, we're gonna win regardless because we invested with them. Then if this side lose, they're gonna have to rebuild their country and they're gonna need a loan. They're gonna need some machineries. They're gonna need something. You know what I'm saying? So it's a win for us regardless. So to these people, they all know sides. So you should think the same way. You gotta have the same mindset when it comes to these type of these things. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Some of the reason why you should have no side, neither you shouldn't pick no side. That's one of the reasons why. I think that I heard that in one of the shows I was watching. Right? It was a sci-fi show, man. I can't remember. I'm trying to put my name on it. I don't know if it was Dune or it's one of these shows, man. The lady said like, and she was like, they all know sides. Mind you, she's on the side that's actually winning, right? And the other side saying like, yeah, now you didn't picture this was gonna happen. You didn't picture that you was gonna lose. And she said they all know sides, because she's already planning for the fact for the other side to win. She's planning to see, okay, this is the next move that we're gonna make, right? And this is how you got to think. This is how your mindset got to be, right? So the first thing you need to do, right, to prepare yourself for these type of situations is focus on yourself, getting yourself right, right, putting stuff in plan, strategies, right, saving money. You know what? Like some people grow food, some people, they invest in different political groups. You got to get yourself prepared and focused for these type of situations. So that means getting your body right, your mind right, and educating yourself in these things, right? Because when you start focusing on yourself, then it's gonna be very easy when Democrat, Republican trying to sell you something. You be like, yeah, 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 I get it. Like you just not gonna sell me. You're not gonna just hoodwink with me like that based on just a few words. No, I'm actually seeing, okay, what actually are you doing? You're not gonna be easily swayed because you yourself, you know who you are, as a person and what you stand for. So any party, which is Democrat or Republican, they're not gonna be able to sway you very easily because you gotta remember politicians, they like to spit words. You gotta really look at the action. You gotta look who's backing them up. Who's funding their campaign. That's where you gotta really truly see what kind of move are they about to do. So that's why you can plan it properly. Say, okay, if it's a Republican gonna be in office, here's how I'm gonna move. If it's a Democrat is gonna be in office, this is how I'm gonna move. That's how you gotta move. That's what I mean by there are no sides. You know, you gotta plan. There's some people like they'll bet on both teams. They'll bet this team will win, this team will lose, or whatever by this point. They'll bet like in a certain way where it's like, hey, no matter who win or lose, I'm gonna win. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by that. So you gotta look at another thing. You gotta look at his policy. Don't mind me because I look at notes and stuff like that because if I don't kind of put the structure, so and I'm not gonna edit and stuff like that. So a lot of YouTubers they'll edit, to cut that part out. Man, we're just gonna we're gonna do it live. You know what I'm saying? We're doing it live, so you get to see my mistakes and how I do it. This is a channel I'm just building, man. So just bear with me. We're gonna get better lighting, better camera. This is what we're dealing with here. So let's go from there, right? So policies. So that's one of the things you gotta look at. These politicians, right? They have history. They've been in office for a very long time. So you gotta look at what policies are they putting in place. What policy have they put in before, right? Because before, let's say before they run for office, they used to be a mayor. They used to be in Congress. They, like they was somewhere before they became, a president or running for president, right? So you can kind of have a history of like, okay, who they are. You can see who donated to their party, right? You can see what policy they voted before, so that way you can make a decision based on that, right? So you can truly see, okay, well, I already know based on these policies he voted before in the past, and the way he move or who donated to his party, I know how he's gonna move. I know when he get in office, what he's gonna do. So this is I'm gonna go ahead and structure my life, structure my finances. That way, when he gets in office, this is how I'm gonna move, right? Because it doesn't matter if it's some people, man, they are butt hurt. Like it has to be a Democrat, it has to be a Republican. Man, no one cares, man. America is America. Politics is politics. The corporation run the world. They run America. I don't know if people think this is like this is I don't know, man. Some Americans, I mean, I gotta sometimes I question them, like the logic they're thinking. They just think that one person is gonna save them. Listen, if they put in somebody in office that's going against what the agenda is, they're gonna take them out. America's done it before, they will do it. They will take that person out if you go against the agenda. And they don't have to go ahead they don't have to go ahead and, delete you, right? But they can have a scandal on you or something like that, right? So they, or one of your kids doing something strange, and they be like, all right, we're gonna ice this guy out. It's very easy for them to do that now, you know. So be careful of that. Look at their policies. Look how they move. Then you can go ahead and say, this is how I'm gonna move. They all know sides, right? So another thing is, what's the one? I might have to edit this out. So don't mind me, guys. I have to see. Let me put a space between this. Yeah. So and another thing is, guys, is you gotta have to know how to play the game of life, right? You gotta know how to play like Monopoly. These games. These are games of life, right? So you gotta know how to move the chess piece, right? Or some people they're not good chess players, they know how to play checkers. You gotta know how to move the pieces on the board, right? So if there's a Republican there, you know what you got to do here. If there's a Democrat here, you know what you got to do there. You got to know how to play the game, man. These people have been playing the game for centuries and centuries. They way ahead of you. This is part of their family bloodline, So that's why you got to play catch up. If it wasn't part, you weren't born into it. You was born into a poor family, immigrant family. I feel really bad for you because you don't have the knowledge. So you're gonna have to go ahead and get it yourself. You don't have to get this game right. This American game, this American political game. You're gonna have to go and get it, right? So you're gonna have to do your studies. You're gonna have to do some work, right? So that's what you're gonna have to do in order to get yourself to acclimated to the system, right? So and another thing is money, man. People's in office, they need money, man. So money solve a lot of problem, man. And if you get some money, pretty much it doesn't matter who the hell's on who's running for them office if you got some money, because you got some money, you can go ahead and go move to another country, right? You can move back and forth. That's what rich people do. They move back and forth. They got houses in different countries. They got different passports, dual citizenship, because they got some money. And that's my goal: get some money so I can go ahead and live in different system. I don't have to live just in the American system. That is what true freedom is, and you're able to just leave this country and go to another country and operate within that. You're not just stuck to one. So that's what you got to do, right? Learn how to move within the system. It gets you some money, get you some wealth, and and you don't have to worry about picking a side. Because when you ain't got no money, man, trust me, I was there. When you ain't got no money, you gotta take some shots. You gotta put something in your body that you really don't want to do. But people that have the money, they don't have to do that. People that don't have to go to a job, that's forcing them to do something. You don't have to go through that because you're like, nah, I'm good. I don't have to do that. So usually when you're poor, whatever they tell you to do, you got to do it because they know how they control you through your money. And I've been there, and I don't want to be there again. I don't want to be that guy again. So I don't want to be a position of being weak. No, not at all. Not at all. Um, and another thing is business, man. I mean, business is a true it's a true way of becoming free, owning your own business. That's a way of picking those sides because when you own your own business, you and you really don't have to discuss your political affiliation, anything like that. But that can save you a lot of issues when you own your own business, in a sense, because if you have somewhat of a protection, because you don't have a job and you can't get fired like that. I mean, you could lose business, but you can't get fired where somebody tell you what to do when the clock and anything like that. somebody control your life. So if they don't disagree with you on something, or they want to make some policy, or something that has to do with taking a shot, then they can easily just X you out because you don't want to follow instructions. So that's a good way of picking those sides, because you become more affluent. So a lot of these things about is educating yourself and getting money and knowing what the system is and playing a game. That's what this is about. So whether it's Trump, whether it's Biden, it shouldn't matter to you, in a sense, because you should know how to play the game. The American system, it's all a game. The political game, it's a game that you should know how to play very well. Study it, embrace it, and figure out how to make your master the game, right? Because once you do that, man, it doesn't matter who's in office. You're gonna get what you need to get done, because you're gonna strategize and you're gonna capitalize whoever's in office. I mean, if you know Biden's gonna come in office, he's the policy he's gonna put through, capitalize on it. Trump gonna do this, capitalize on it. But you're gonna need to get you some money, and you're gonna have to educate yourself on on different financial policies and things like that can help you. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm getting my life right. That's why I'm getting everything correct in my life. I'm strategizing these different things that I'm doing to get myself right, because I don't want to be I don't want to be losing, guys. So when I'm telling you guys that these are the things I'm doing now to make myself better, a better person, a wiser, more wicked person, because I don't want to be at a point being weak, man, and people taking advantage of you. You don't want to do that. You want to be that person, man. You want to elevate, you want to free yourself, and this is what we're about. And the Wise One Can podcast. I appreciate you guys. Like and share the video. Check it out, man. Comment. Let me know what y'all want to talk about in the next video, and we will talk about it. So Wise One Awaken, we out. Peace.